Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is RBT and welcome back to another episode of the Madden 18 Minnesota Vikings Connected Franchise Series. And once again, have to thank you guys so much for the support on the series. Every single episode up to this point has hit 50,000 views and over 2,000 likes. So let's see if we can continue that trend in today's episode. I did make a mistake last episode. I was supposed to put a straw poll in the description of that video so you guys could vote on something, and I made a huge mistake, but we will address that moving forward. So once again, guys, thank you so much for the support. 2,000 likes on this episode would be absolutely incredible. Once again, let's see if you guys can do it. Subscribe if you're new. But with that said, let's jump right into today's episode, as it is the final week of the preseason. So next episode, we will be jumping into the regular season. Have a lot of stuff to take care of. A few trades that have been suggested by you guys, and we have to essentially trade away 14 players so we can get down to the 53 capped roster spot. We haven't won a game in the preseason yet, but it's the preseason. So with that said, let's jump into the first trade suggestion for today's video. With 342 thumbs up, Jake Maldine wants me to go after a very good linebacker, which I guess we could use as you guys look at our linebacker core. We need an outside linebacker, and I would prefer a better middle linebacker than Kendricks. So that's who we're going after right now, is a middle linebacker. Like I said, 342 thumbs up, going to the Atlanta Falcons, and we're going to try to get Dion Jones, who is an absolute beast in this game. Now, it all is going to depend on whether we have enough to trade away. He's 22, so he's relatively young, and he's only 79 overall, which could make it a lot easier for us. I know he's going to play better than a 79 overall. So let's see if we have what the Falcons want in return. First of all, strong safety. Probably not going to be interested in... Oh my god, they are interested in a 66 overall strong safety. Oh my god, dude, no way. No way this is going to go through this easy. I thought it was going to take like a first round draft pick and something else to get Dion Jones. Pat Elfine? They're not interested. They're interested in a 66 overall, but not a 78 overall, I believe, rookie center or second year center. That's weird. Now let's go to the right guard position. Are they interested in any of these guys? Danny Isadora? They're not, but maybe this will go up a little bit. No, it didn't. Maybe it just takes like a 5th round draft pick or something to make this deal go through, on top of the 67 overall strong safety. How about they need a left end? We have Tayshawn Bauer. How about him, Falcons? That didn't go much either. Brian Robinson is a guy that I can trade away. He's like 34. I don't think, like, if you do a fantasy draft, this is just completely random, has nothing to do with the video, but me and my buddies were doing a fantasy draft in an offline connected franchise, and he doesn't get picked to like the 20-something round as an 82 overall left end because he's so old. He's like 34 years old, I believe, but we're going to put him in this deal, and it didn't go up much either. So I know they'll probably be interested in Daniel Hunter and J.J. Watt, who we got last episode. So this is kind of a spoiler alert for last episode. Yeah, we got J.J. Watt. But let me keep on keeping on. How about Elijah Lee? Not interested in him. How about Lemur? Emmanuel Lemur. They're not interested in him either. So it looks like we might actually have to add in a draft pick, which I don't mind that one bit. Unless they're interested in like Mackenzie Alexander. They're not. So here it is, boys. We're going to throw in a... We've already used a lot of draft picks, but let's go with like a next year's 4th and a this year's 6th and see how close this deal is to going through. It is still in the yellow. So how about a 5th rounder instead? Throw this in, and it's still in the yellow. So we add in, let's say, I will go with the 2nd rounder next year. They're kind of interested in that. Let's see, and it's super close. So maybe I can go without having to use another draft pick. Throw in, let's just throw in somebody. Like, do I throw in Lemur? Because it will use, well, nah, we'll save him just in case some other team's interested in him. They do, like I said, need a left end. So maybe if we added in Tayshawn Bauer, this deal would go through. It was accepted, boy. So for a next year's 2nd round draft pick, a 66 strong safety, and a 65 left end, we get either our starting middle linebacker, we might convert him out to the outside. I don't know, but that's a beast of a player to bring in to this team. So that is absolutely incredible, dude. We got the most thumbs up comment for that little. That's pretty freaking wild. So going on to the next comment, which has 214 thumbs up. This is going to be a little bit more difficult than that last trade. And this is an absolute beast, but this is who you guys want me to go after. It's probably not going to go through. I'll go ahead and say that right now. But if it doesn't, we have a backup plan, which we'll get to later on in today's episode. That was almost a bigger finesse trade than when we got Zach Martin. That was crazy. But this one's going to be a little more difficult. So 214 thumbs up. We're going to be going after an outside linebacker. That's Justin Houston. And he's pretty freaking good. And the thing that kind of worries me about this deal is that he costs a lot of freaking money. But we do still have like 14 players to kind of cut from the team. So that would obviously free up some cap space. But I just got to be smart about this. So I'm not going to give up anything too crazy. But let's just see what happens in this trade. They need a wide receiver now. How about Michael Floyd? Not interested in Michael Floyd, unfortunately. I'm not going to trade away, so I should have screenshotted it, but I don't think I did. Somebody with the username Stephon Diggs commented on it and said, don't trade me away, please. And this is a player that's off limits. We're not going to trade him away. I know a lot of Vikings fans have been commenting that, worried that I was going to trade away Stephon Diggs. We're not going to do that. But will we trade away Adam for Justin? They are interested in Adam. I know a lot of Vikings fans don't want me to trade him away, but we do have a lot of good wide receivers now. And I know you guys are going to eventually, within the next 7 episodes, want me to get another wide receiver. So we have 4. No reason in having 5, which we'll end up getting another one. So, I mean, I think this would be justified if we can get Adam Thielen or Justin Houston for Adam Thielen. Going to submit this offer. It's in the orange. So we're getting somewhere. Not necessarily extremely close, but we're getting somewhere. And like I said, we're not going to do anything too stupid to make this deal go through. So let's see how close this is right here. Oh, crap. Absolutely loaded. Alex Boone now. He's worth $5 million. I could get a better left guard that's not worth that much. We could get him next episode, or maybe I could even get one this episode. So let's see. Holy crap. We'd actually be gaining cap room from this. We're going to send this offer to go through, and I thought it was going to happen. So let's go to another position of need, which is the left end position. Are they interested in Brian Robinson? They are. How about this? It's about the same. Was about the same. We need one more player that they are interested in. Now we have a lot of good running backs. Latavius Murray. They're relatively kind of interested in him, but that's not gonna make this to go through. Jerick McKinnon. How about this? That's about the same as the other ones, honestly. We have 2 running backs that we can still trade away, but I'm not going to trade away any of them in today's episode. I'm not going to waste the first this year on Justin Houston, but let's see how close this is. And that's about the same as the other players. Dang, man. Dang. How about right guard? Joe Berger. Are they interested in Joe? They're not. How about center? Jeremy Zuta? Not interested in him. Man, this is going to be one of those deals where I think we're going to get close. We're going to start tasting how it's going to feel to have Justin Houston, but we're not going to get him on the team because we need one more player that they're interested in. Not interested in him either, bro. So what about, okay, this is the last thing I'm trying, 100%. This is a non-Viking that we already got in this series. I'm going to take out Adam Thielen. If this deal is relatively close, I might try something else because Randall Cobb's worth a lot of money. And it's not a Viking that was already on the team, so I don't think too many people will be upset. Because, I mean, we're bringing in a 96 overall Justin Houston. And that's about the same as it was previously. So last but not least, we're going to try and throw in Alex Boone. And if this doesn't go through, just going to have to chill on Justin Houston and possibly try somebody else. So, I'm going to submit this trade offer. And it's about the same. It's about the same, boys. I don't think Justin Houston is going to happen in today's episode. Although I will try a first-round draft pick for next year, but this is legit the last thing I'm going to try for Justin Houston. And, yep. So, we're going to delve deeper into the top-rated comments and go after a comment with 37 thumbs up. Get Bud Dupree from the Steelers. He's a fast young player and would slot perfectly into that outside linebacker position. So, that is who we're going to go after. We tried to get him in my previous Connected Franchise series, and we didn't have enough. He's somebody that's normally very, very hard to get, but we are going to try our absolute greatest to get this beast. He is a little bit, lower rated, but, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, they're fast, they're good, they have good stats. Their ratings really don't reflect that, or their overall rating doesn't. So let's see what they need. They need a left outside linebacker, which does not help us at all, because Bud Dupree is currently a left outside linebacker, but let's see. We're not going to trade away Anthony Barr. Defensive tackle, though. Jaleel Johnson, by chance? Nope. We have a tight end. We have Jacob Tammy. They interested in him? How are they not interested in the 86 overall tight end? Come on now. Now at left tackle, let's see if we have anybody that they are interested in. This might be a dead deal already. This is exactly what happened in the previous Connected Franchise. See, They have no players that they're interested in at the positions of need. So let's just try maybe. This is already a GG. Would I be willing to trade away Eric Kendricks though? I don't know. We could get another middle linebacker. Let me just see how close this is. Yeah, I don't know if he's really worth that much. So I think we're just gonna chill. Bud Dupree already. That's just not gonna happen. So we'll go to the next outside linebacker, and that is going to be 32 thumbs up. And this is going to be a rookie from the 49ers, and that's going to be Ruben Foster. And I actually really do like this deal. This guy's a former Alabama player, so you know I'm an Alabama fan. I would definitely like this deal to go through, and he could play on the outside if we needed him to. But I think, he's actually an outside linebacker listed as an outside linebacker in Connected Franchise, although he's, I think, technically a middle linebacker. But anyways, that doesn't matter. Let's try to get him. They do need a cornerback, which really does help us out because we have some corners that we can trade away, like Tremaine Brock, who we do not need, who I signed him because I wanted to trade him away. Maybe this will go through straight up. I don't know. Ooh, Ruben Foster is going to be hard to get, boys. Oh, man, I didn't think it was going to be that hard to get Ruben Foster. Dang. So let's see. Do we have any quarter? No, we have Ross and Thurber. Okay, I figured out the deal with Ross and Thurber. I'm going to cut Ross and Thurber and sign somebody else. Because Ross and Thurber actually is not a real quarterback. He's a freaking, like, movie director that won an auction to be in the game. Yeah, have y'all even heard about that? I searched him, and if you Google Ross and Thurber, it's just a movie director that pops up. No quarterback, nothing. And when you go look at his stats, he's age 22. But he has 7 years of NFL experience. So according to Madden 7 or Madden 18, he started playing in the NFL when he was 15. So Ross and Thurber, he's legit. So I'm pretty sure this deal is pretty dead as well. Unless they're interested in Mackenzie Alexander, they are. But would I be willing to trade away 2 good corners for Ruben Foster? See, that this isn't going to happen. And I don't even think I'm going to trade away. I would be willing to trade away enough as it's probably going to take to bring in Ruben Foster. So unfortunately, this is going to be the final trade suggestion from today's video. I might do some other trades on my own, but this is the last comment that had a substantial amount of thumbs up. So with 238 thumbs up, and I don't normally do this. I told you guys a couple Connected Franchise series ago. You can only put a max of 4 suggested players in your comment, but because we're kind of running low on highly rated suggested comments, I will use this one, but never again. So this guy says Levante David, Dion Buchanan, Ryan Shazier, Quan Alexander, and Sean Lee. And the player I'm going to go after, I'm going to go after 2. Because the middle 3 we have used previously in Connected Franchises, but Sean Lee and Levante David are 2 players I've never used. So we are going to try to go after them today. And Sean Lee is more of a veteran, so I would not mind picking him up. So that's the first player that we are going to go after. So Sean Lee would be pretty nice to bring into the team. A veteran, a beast, 92 overall, only worth $1.33 million. And they do need a tight end. Like, the trading in this game is just crazy. Their number 1 team need is a tight end. But let's see if they're interested in Jacob Tamme. They're not, come on, Madden. Like, really? What's the point in having your number 1 team need being a tight end, yet you're not interested in an 86 overall? Now, that's just crazy. Are they interested in Bucky Hodges or not? So who are they going to be interested in? That's just stupid. So how about the left guard position? Alex Boone. I'd be willing to get him off my books. Let's see how close this will be. It's in the orange. Kind of close, but not as close as I'd like it to be. How about, I think we already traded away all our strong safeties. So we have Jack Tocho, who I don't think they'd be interested in. They're not. This is going to be tough. I will be willing to trade away one of my running backs here. Jerick McKinnon, I would add him to the deal, who they are interested in. I'll throw this in there, and it's in the yellow now. Getting kind of close. Getting kind of close. Defensive tackle. We do have a 3rd stringer. I would be willing to trade away Jaleel Johnson, who they're not interested in. I'm not going to part with Sharif Floyd or Linval Joseph for Sean Lee, and I really want to get him, though. I was really banking on them being interested in our tight end. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to finesse Madden a little bit here and see if any team in the NFL is going to be interested in Jacob Tamme. So I tried the other 2 teams, couldn't get a 1st round draft pick for Jacob Tamme. So let's try the Denver Broncos, who are interested in their former player, try to get their 1st round draft pick. And that one's in the green now. So this one is a lot closer than the other ones, just straight up for Jacob Tamme. Now let's see if there's any player we can add in to make this deal actually go through. TJ Clemmings by chance, not interested in him. Let's throw in like this 67 Rashad Hill. They also need a defensive tackle. So how about Shamar Stephen? Will this go through for a 1st round draft pick? And it's pretty freaking close. We just need somebody a little bit higher overall. They need a right end. Do we have a good right end on the team? How about Andiga Hobo? and it was accepted. I did not expect that to go through, but it did. So we get a first-round draft pick for Jacob Tammy, a defensive tackle, and a right end who we just needed to cut players anyway. We still have 10 players we need to cut, but now we can actually try to go back and get Sean Lee with that first-round draft pick. That would be pretty freaking sick if we can make this happen. But if not, we'll have to move on to Levante David. And I want to get a trade to go through because we've been finessing so much and actually haven't got a trade to go through yet. But we're going to try one more time. So Sean Lee for a first-round draft pick. And then we might not even have to use anything else, honestly. So that was the 26 overall pick. Send this through. And it's in the yellow now. So who was the player that we had that they were interested in? We had a left guard. That was Alex Boone. Now, I feel like this is too much, though. Now I'm in a bind because I feel like it's too much. Let me just see. Let me just see how close this is. Wow. So, this is kind of taking a turn. But let's see what we can make happen here. So, Jason Witten is a part of this deal now, too, just because I just did it out of craziness. Let me see about this. Okay, so that's not going to happen. So, let's just try to get an extra draft pick. Because I feel like this will go through 100%. So, let's throw in a 6. You know what? No. Okay. I know this is being crazy, but we're going to go back to the Buccaneers first and see if we can get Levante David for a little bit cheaper. So Levante David, I'm not sure what his overall is, 85 overall at the outside linebacker position. I probably should have looked at this first, but let's see. So they do need a cornerback who is going to be Tremaine Brock. Let's see how close this is straight up. And it's in the yellow, so maybe after all that, we're just going to end up getting Levante David. So let's see if they're interested in one of our wide receivers by chance. Michael Floyd, they are not, and it didn't go up at all either. So let's just throw in, what do I do? Let's see if they're interested in my left tackle. This has gone on for a long time, and I got to make sure I get a good player. TJ Clemmings, not interested in him either. But let's go with a 5th from this year and see how close this makes it. Pretty close. Let's go to a 6th-round draft pick from this year. Will this go through? How about a 4th from next year? Please, EA, let this go through, and it was accepted. So after felt like 50 minutes trying to get Sean Lee, I changed my mind at the last second. We get Tremaine Brock off our books, which was the intention as soon as I signed him. We get a very good player in Levante David to fill the outside linebacker spot, which was like one of our biggest positions of need. So now, boys, what I'm going to have to do, we have 10 players that we do have to trade away. So what I'm going to try to do, this is all going to have to be me being innovative here. I'm going to have to cut some players, try to trade some players away, bring in some draft picks, and maybe see if there's some crappy players that I could potentially cut away and see if any teams are interested in those players and try to potentially bring some players in on my own. So, boys, we just got a 1st-round draft pick and a 6th-round draft pick from the New York Jets for Michael Floyd and Antoine Exum. I could have got a player in return, but there was literally not one player on the Jets that I was interested in, but I will take that. I probably could have got a little bit more now looking at this overview of the trade. So, boys, we need another cornerback, and we're about to get ourselves an absolute beast. They want Brian Robinson, and I want David Amerson. So, this has kind of just happened all of a sudden, but we're about to get this freaking beast. So, they need a tight end. This is just really happening out of nowhere. We have Duarte, not going to trade away Duarte. David Morgan, and they also need a middle linebacker who we don't actually have a middle linebacker we can trade away, but about a right end, we don't have a right end either. So how about Sam McCastill instead? And this deal was accepted, boys. We just got ourselves a nice young corner, David Amerson. If you guys don't like the players I'm bringing in on my own, I can just trade them away later for other players. I'm just trying to make sure we can get as much as possible while we can. So just trying to repile my lost draft picks throughout the preseason, and I think I'm going to be able to get a 4th from this year and a 7th and 5th from next year from the Bucs for Emmanuel Lamar, who was our starting right outside linebacker, who no longer is after we got Levante David. So let's see if this does go through, and it was accepted. So I will take a free 3 draft picks. So, boys, I think we're also about to get our starting fullback. One of our biggest team needs is fullback, which we don't necessarily need one, but why not get one of the best ones in the game in Ripkowski for Jarius Wright, who is our 5th wide receiver, and then 2 crappy players who are going to get cut. So we're just saving cap room from those 2 players, also added to the deal. And let's see, the trade was accepted. So just like that, we get ourselves a fullback. So the Falcons are super interested in this 65 overall strong safety. Our biggest position of need is left tackle. I would 100% like for this deal to go through, but this would be insane if it did. Okay, that doesn't surprise me at all. So we just got a 4th from this year and a 4th from next year for the 65 overall strong safety, and I feel like I could have got something else, but like I said, just trying to compile some more draft picks for later on. So I was potentially thinking about getting Andrew Whitworth for this right guard, but like, it wasn't close. I thought it was actually going to go through, but it didn't, so we have to get some crappy draft picks for him, like, as in crappy, as in like super crappy. So we'll try this and see if we can get these picks from the Vikings, and we do. So like, after all this, we still have one player to cut, but I don't think there's any other player I'm willing to trade away that a team's interested in. But with all that said, like, we have a ton of draft picks still to use in trades, which is pretty good for you guys. We have 4 first-round draft picks, we have 2 4s, a 5th, and 2 6s, and a 7th from this year, a 1st, and a bunch of other crappy draft picks. So these draft picks we can potentially trade up, but they're nice little fillers to have in trades when you have nothing else to trade away, so that's helpful as well. So boys, I'm going to make one more trade and then go into free agency and fill out my roster, because we do need to add some players at certain positions because we don't have a lot of depth, especially like in the secondary. But I think if we throw in this trade right here, this should go through, and we can get another 2nd from this year from the Seahawks, and it was accepted. So I will take that, because I mean, our 2nd string left tackle was 71 overall, so that really doesn't hurt us that much. So as you see right here, we do need another left tackle. We have 2 more, so I don't know why it says empty. And also we need some backup safeties because we traded them all away because for some reason teams love them. So pretty good linebackers and a good corner added to the team. Now let's go add some depth. Let's not spend too much money because I want to save as much cap space as I can. So let's see what we can do in free agency. So first of all, we need a backup free safety and strong safety. Aaron Williams, let's not spend more than $2 million. Let's go with a 22-year-old Xavier Woods from LA Tech. He's a rookie, so that's actually a pretty good deal, I think. Eddie Jackson from Alabama. You guys know I'm an Alabama fan, so I have to sign this guy. He's on the Bears practice squad, so we are going to sign him to a 1-year deal. And then now to the free safety position. Anybody I want to sign here? Let's go down to under $2 million. A 23-year-old Darian Thompson. Eric Murray. He's only 1.18. So I like Bakari Rambo though. He used to be a beast at Georgia, but we will sign the guys a little bit cheaper, Eric Murray, to be our backup free safety. We also need a backup right end to back up Everson Griffin. Dwight Freeney will be nice, but I'm not going to spend $3 million on a backup right end. Let's go for somebody once again under $2 million, and let's go with Dion Jordan. This guy used to be a beast at Oregon, was like a 3rd or 4th overall draft pick, and he ended up being a bust, but hey, maybe we can revitalize his career. And I think that actually fills up the positions that we did need to add depth at. And with that said, let me show you. Okay, that's another thing. I do need to sign a backup quarterback because we're cutting Ross and Thurber. So I'm trying to decide on a backup quarterback because we are going to cut Ross and Thurber because I'm not going to have a movie director as my backup quarterback because that's not, you know, the best case situation. So we are going to sign Zach Mettenberger. He's under $2 million, and he has been signed to our roster. Now, with that said, the last bit of business we do have to do is cut Rawson. Maybe somebody else is stupid enough to pick up a movie director as a backup quarterback, but definitely not us. And that frees up like $1 million. So there are a bunch of players that I am willing to trade away. Like, some of the guys in the offensive line, like I'm still willing to get a new center, still willing to get a new left guard. So I'm willing to trade away both of these guys, which means I'll probably also need a new left guard and center. And also, we definitely need a new left tackle. Then we have 2 running backs that we can trade away. And I'm going to use them ASAP, but it's going to probably take like a superstar for me to be willing to trade them away, so hopefully that will happen in the next couple weeks. There's no point in having like 2 very good running backs as like backups. But we're going to keep Dalvin Cook, so I am going to trade away Latavius Murray and Jerick McKinnon. And if you do want me to trade them away, let me know in your comment with the trade suggestion. Now with that said, on defense, what do we need on defense? We really don't need anything. Maybe one more corner, maybe an upgrades here or there, but it's all going to come down to what you guys want. Now, with that said, a very important straw poll will be in this episode. I apologize. So there's one player on defense that we're going to have to trade away because we have way too many good players on our defensive line. So the players that are going to be in the straw poll is Linval Joseph, Sharif Floyd, Danielle Hunter, and Everson Griffin. One of these players are going to get traded away. And I'll explain everything later when we get the straw poll for next episode, but I'm hoping to trade them away next episode. But they're all super good, so it's going to take a superstar for me to be willing to trade away one of these players as well. Maybe I can add one of these guys and then add in Latavius Murray or Jerick McKinnon, and I can get like a 95+ overall player in return. So that's going to do it for the trade portion of today's video. Did bring in 3 very good players. and that took a long freaking time, longer than any episode thus far. But if you guys did enjoy it, let me know by dropping a like. With all that said, let's just jump into this very last preseason game. Get ready to start the regular season, and just nobody get injured, please. So first moment of today's ball game, as the starters are going to play the first quarter, and that is it. So third down and 1, let's see what Marshawn Lynch can do out of the I formation. We have a fumble, but Zuta has it, and that's great. What a great start, first play of this ball game. So it takes us out just like that. Never mind, brings us right back in. And once again, guys, this is going to be the very last game where we play the moments only, because it's just the preseason and I want to get through the games as fast as possible. And it's going to get right back to normal episodes starting next episode when we will start the regular season. So the gameplay is going to be all cut up and you'll only see the highlights and stuff like that, just to make it easier for you to watch and not have to necessarily watch like the moments and like the full live commentary. So I try to make it like live commentary during the moments, so it's a little bit easier for me to edit. It takes a little bit less time. So anyways, bring us in on a third down in inches from midfield. Let's see if we can get the win, though. We got winless so far in the preseason, but I mean, it's still the preseason. I'd rather nobody get injured than us actually get a win. So with that said, we get a first down there. Marshawn Lynch, 25 yards in the first quarter. It's probably going to take me out. Let's see if we can move the ball closer, and we do another third down. Apparently, we can't get third downs when I'm in the ball game. I'm just going with coach suggestions, because why not? Let's be great, though. Been running this play a lot in Weekend League and got intercepted a lot. This isn't the same play, but Adam Thielen is going to make the reception and move the ball down to the 35-yard line as we do not score. Or did we score? It's a second down and 6. Is it, okay, we lost. Oh, what happened? How did we lose the football? Jay Cutler? I think it's Jay Cutler, actually. It is Jay Cutler. So we have to like, oh, we just missed a big tackle. They're going to score a touchdown on the first play. Anyways, they have Jay Cutler in the game now. And I think they signed D'Angelo Williams out of free agency, because he was the running back that was left. And their backup running back was D. Williams, so I don't know. First down and goal, though. Let's see if we make a goal line stand here and hold them to a field goal so we can somehow get a lead. But let's see. We're bringing pressure on Jay Cutler. Has an open receiver. I swear to God. So anyways, it looks like our backup defense is what's causing us problems, because everything was okay in the first quarter. Then the backups get in, and we're playing trash now. So the next moment, they're in the red zone already. A read option with Jay Cutler. We big hit him, and we can't force a fumble. Jay Cutler running the read option on us. That shows you how bad our backup defense is. The third down and 5, trying to get a stop here to force the Miami Dolphins to another field goal. But it's probably not going to happen because they have a screen pass. And our defensive tackle got hit at the last second, dude. God dang, man. God dang it. This game is not going to plan. But all that matters is nobody gets injured. But I still, like I said, I want to freaking win, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen at this rate. So Jay Cutler with Williams. I'm kind of interested which Williams this is as the backup running back for the Dolphins. But let's just be great and get this stop. Can we get an interception? Big hit. You never force fumbles against the computer, ever. Hopefully things get better once we start the regular season. Because at this pace, the way things have been going in the preseason, we'll go 0-16. Which I don't think you guys would necessarily like to watch. But you never know. We have a whole quarter left to go. So second and 1. Blitz. Halfback draw, and there's nobody in sight. That's a GG. So, honest to God, could care less. Could care less playing with my backups. I just want to get to the regular season and just finish this freaking preseason, because that was just playing with the backup the whole entire preseason. But with that, boys, we lose 23-10 against the Vikings. But I promise things are going to change. We'll be taken more serious in the regular season. Be playing the full games, no moments. We're gonna make the playoffs, 100% facts. So don't you guys worry. But boys, with that said, we advanced into the regular season, as in week number 1 we will be taking on the New Orleans Saints, which is actually the Monday Night Football game. So that's gonna be cool. So hopefully you guys did enjoy today's episode. Just be ready for the regular season. The gameplay is going to get better, but I just wanted to get to the freaking preseason, because playing with the backups is awful. It's freaking awful. And I'm sure you guys understand that as well. But if you did enjoy, make sure to drop a like. 2,000 likes would be absolutely incredible. The more likes this video gets, the quicker the next episode will come out. If this video does get 2,000 likes, I'll upload the next episode Wednesday. How about that? That a good deal? Sounds good. But with that said, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Be sure to take part in the straw poll in the description box below, and leave your trade suggestions in the comments as well. But catch you later. Peace.